So, I have decided to come and tell you guys about my creepy catfish
First
story.
of all, let me tell you guys how. You remember I did my TMI tag about, I don't know how long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or whatever. I was tagged by my girl Jersey is Naked One. Tagged by her to do the TMI tag. And I was watching my videos back this morning, and it was kind of funny because one of the questions was something about a chat line or something like that. And I said that I don't know what the hell a chat line was. Well, I lied to you guys. Kind of, sort of, in a way. So, like I said, I from time to time, I watch my videos back, because I told you guys, sometimes some of the shit that I say in my videos, I watch it back and I be like, damn, you know, I can't believe I said that motherfucking shit, but the shit just be coming off. Also, all of this happened before I met the Juice Man, so I don't need anybody coming to me with any kind of crazy ass comments in this comment section below talking about you cheating and all this type of shit. Well, I'm grown, number one. If I want to cheat, I'm gonna goddamn cheat. Well, not really, but y'all get what the fuck I'm saying. So let's backtrack. You guys remember when I told you guys I was living downtown and in these really, really expensive apartments downtown and shit, you know, like I said, at a particular time I was making a decent amount of money because I was working for this inventory company. So I was working anywhere between 12 and 16 hours a day. I also mentioned to you guys that, hell, sometimes I would have to drive 2 and 3 hours depending on where the inventory was, and 2 and 3 hours back. So sometimes I would have to get up 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning to go to these particular inventories. So this one particular night I was off work. Like I said, my sleep schedule was all kinds of fucked up because, like I said, I had been getting up 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, going to different places like this. And especially during the Christmas season, you know, inventory slow down pretty good because, I mean, most people don't really want to do inventory during the Christmas season because they're selling so much shit. Most of the time when you're going to really be hit hard with inventory, it's like the first of the year. So, during Christmas time, I was kind of sitting in the house all the time and I was kind of getting bored. So it was late one night, I was up and I noticed this phone chat line number thing popped up on the computer, not the computer screen, on the television screen, where it popped up and it said, you know, it was, at first I thought it was going to be kind of like a sex chat line. And like I said, at the time, I was just looking for some motherfucking entertainment, girl. So of course it said it was free for women, but the men had to pay for whatever reason. I really don't understand that, but I don't really give a fuck. But it said it was free for women. So I said, what the hell? Why not? Why not call into this goddamn chat line and, you know what I'm saying, get a little bit of entertainment in my life because I'm up, I ain't got shit to do, I ain't got to go to work the next day. So why not get up and call this chat line since it's 100% free? So I called the chat line, and when you call it, like I said, at first I was kind of confused because when you call in, you got to record your name and you got to record a greeting. Of course, I'm pretty sure 95 to 100% of the people that were on there, they were giving fake names because I don't really know nobody going to call into the chat line, especially if you're calling in for entertainment purposes only. It's going to give you a real name. I forgot what the hell I said my name was. Probably some old crazy old shit like Sparkle or Sweetie Pie. I don't know what the hell I said my name was. But anyway, of course, I gave a fake name, and you give a brief description of yourself, which I gave a real description of myself. So I'm on there, and what you can do is they have like different profiles of other people who have recorded profiles of themselves. You know, if you want to connect with them or whatever, you send, I think you press 2 or 3 to send them a message, and then they also have an option where you can actually connect live with them, where you can talk live with the person. So I'm on there and I'm going through the profiles or whatever. Like I said, I'm kind of confused on how everything is working. So I ended up hearing like a ding, and I was like, what the fuck is that? So I forgot exactly what the name said. I want to say it was John or Jim or some shit like that, but it ended up being a white man. Now, pause for the motherfucking calls. I don't really like no milk in my coffee. I like my coffee black. I like it straight up and, you know, black and strong. That's how I like my coffee. I don't really like no cream in my coffee. But you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I was just on this motherfucking entertainment purposes only. This is my first time on there. So I said, why the hell not? So he was like, I like your voice. You know what I'm saying? I was just wondering if we could connect live. And you know what I'm saying? This particular chat line, it was people in your immediate area. Like it was either 30, 45 minutes away in the next city, or they were in the same city. And this particular person happened to be in my city. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I said, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we connect live. Now, the crazy thing about this, when we connected live, I kind of noticed that it kind of sounded like he was kind of disguising his voice just a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know if he was trying to sound sexy or what the hell it was, but he was kind of disguising his voice. So, you know, I'm talking to the guy. He sounded real cute. He told me he was 32 years old, told me he was an ex-police officer, and he told me that he lived in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So, I'm like, okay, he lives in Tuscaloosa, so, you know, that's pretty cool. So, of course, I'm kind of hesitant still because this is a white guy. And like I said, I don't like no cream in my coffee. I like my coffee straight up black and strong. So, I'm kind of like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, he sounded like a nice guy. So, of course, when you get off the chat line, if you don't exchange numbers with the person that you're talking to, you kind of lose contact with them. So he was asking me, can he call me? And I told him, I said, well, you know what? Like I said, I don't really like no cream in my coffee. I didn't tell him that because, like I said, it was for entertainment purposes only. But like I said, he seemed like a really cool guy. So I did give him my phone number. I know, number one mistake, you don't get nobody your goddamn phone number. See, now they have these Google Voice things where you can get them a fake ass number where they calling your phone, but they calling his Google Voice number. But I did. I ended up giving the guy my phone number, and he was asking, "Can he call me?" I said, "Well, I work inventory." I said, "So I'm working sometimes between 12 and 16 hours a day." At this particular time, I wasn't really working because, like I said, it was off season. It was during Christmas time, so I wasn't really working. So I told him, I said, "But I can text all day. So, but I can't necessarily talk on the phone because a lot of times I was driving and shit like that, even though it was the off season. But I wasn't really trying to talk to this guy. I just wanted to really use him as a form of entertainment. I know that's kind of fucked up, but I did. I kind of wanted to use him as a form of entertainment. So I gave the guy my phone number and everything like that. And of course, we was texting and everything. Like, he was a really, really cool guy. But like I said, I don't like no cream in my coffee. Let me reiterate that. So we were texting and everything like that. Me and this guy actually text for the longest. And of course, eventually when you're texting someone, you're going to end up asking them the question, you know, can you send me a picture of yourself? I mean, that's natural. That's 100% natural. Asking somebody to send you a picture of them when you are, especially if you ain't never seen them in person. So he asked me to send him a picture of me, and naturally I sent him a real picture of myself. You know, I know back then people were sending fake pictures and shit like that, but I was one of them type of people. I'm real paranoid. I'm real paranoid, and I'm scared if I send somebody a fake ass picture of somebody else, somebody gonna try to sue me. I ain't got no motherfucking money to be paying nobody in court and all this type of shit. So I did send him a picture of myself because, like I said, I wasn't trying to meet this guy in real life. And you know, the fact that I wasn't trying to meet him in real life, I really probably should have sent him a fake ass picture, but I didn't. So moving on. So he sends me a picture back of him after I sent him my picture. Now that was the number one fuck up. I should have said same time, but probably still, it was gonna probably still happen like this anyway. So he sends me a picture back of a picture of who I thought was the person that I was talking to, of course. So we're gonna, you know, keep talking. We talking for a few more weeks, and of course, since we live in the same city, naturally it's gonna come up that he wants to fucking meet, which is natural. You talking to somebody for a couple of weeks, couple of months. I think me and this guy ended up talking for like 2 months before he actually decided to ask me to meet him. So, like I said, I'm kind of hesitant because, like I said, I don't like no motherfucking cream in my coffee. I keep saying that because I don't like no cream in my coffee. But I'm thinking to myself, he was kind of like, you know, like, damn, we've been talking all this time and you don't really want to meet me. So he's kind of thinking I'm a fake ass person. And I'm like, I don't really want to come off as being a fake person to this dude. So I'm like, what is it going to hurt for me to, you know, meet him for dinner or a movie or something like that? It's in public, so I don't really have to worry about him being a crazy ass person or whatever. And I'll never forget it. It was when 28 Days Later had come out. It was in a movie theater. I'll never forget it. It was like it was yesterday. 28 Days Later. That just goes to show you how fucking long ago this was, y'all. That's still my movie to this day. I love 28 Days Later. That's why I love zombie movies and shit like that. Shout out to The Walking Dead. It comes back on October something. But anyway, that shit been off like 6 months. I don't know what the fuck going on with AMC and The Walking Dead that they wait so damn long to put the show stories back on and shit. I'm sorry, I'm going all off subject. Y'all know how I am. So, we decided that we wanted to go to the movies to see 28 Days Later. Now, it gets closer and closer to the weekend when we had planned on, you know, meeting up at the movie theater and going to the movies or whatever. Because, of course, we came to the conclusion, I'm not going to come to your shit, you're not going to come to my shit. Okay, so we decided that we wanted to go see 28 Days Later. And I told him, you know what I'm saying, I'll meet you at the movie theater. And the crazy part about it is, it was like, what time was it? I don't really remember. It was like, I remember it was like right after the matinee time, so it was still during the day. Now, the crazy part about it is, you know how people tell you, I'm going to be driving such and such, I'm going to be driving such and such. So, we were supposed to meet up at the movie theater like 20, 30 minutes before the movie started. You know, you had to get your little popcorn and all this type of shit. And I'm one of those type of people. I like to go to the movie theater. And I like to watch the previews and shit. Because, you know, that's how you find out about a lot of good movies that are coming up and shit like that. So, I told him I'll be waiting outside for him at the ticket booth, which is another fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I probably should have been waiting in my damn car. That way I could have sped off on this nigga. You know what I'm saying? If some shit popped off. So, I'm sitting out waiting out there for 10 minutes. He's like 10 minutes late, mind you. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, I don't rate this man and pulled up. He saw my fat ass standing out here. He ain't like what I look like. Even though I sent him a picture of myself, I'm thinking to myself, maybe he done saw my fat ass. He ain't like what I look like. And this nigga done dip. You know what I'm saying? He didn't pull the fuck off. He didn't pull the motherfucking dine and dash on my motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. So I said, I'm going to wait out here 5 more minutes. If he don't show up in 5 minutes, I'm getting my shit. I'm going to leave. Because I don't want to be here anyway. But I'm trying to be nice because I didn't want to stand a man up, have him out there waiting on me and not show up. And I didn't want to call him at the last minute like, you know what, I don't really want to meet you, you know what I'm saying? I really ain't want to do that. So I was like, since it's during the daytime, I'm meeting this guy in public, you know, I really ain't got shit to lose. So 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes, like I said, I was going to stand up for 5 more minutes. 2 minutes after I said that motherfucking shit, I see the car that he said he was going to be driving pull up. Now, naturally, I'm starting to get nervous. I started literally, family, I started to break out the fucking running when I seen this motherfucking car pull up. So I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, I see this man get out of the fucking car. Now, we're going to pause right there. Remember I told you this guy told me he was 32 years old. He was an ex-police officer and all this type of shit. Remember I told you he was a white guy. Tell me why this man gets out of the motherfucking car. This man every bit of 60-something. Not only is he every bit of 60-something. Remember I told you guys in the beginning of the story that I live downtown in an apartment complex. Now let me give you guys a little bit of description of how the apartment complex was set up. Like I said, I live downtown. The way the apartment complex was set up, we had like these little metal keys where you had to put the key in the thing and it had to turn green, and then the door will open for you to go inside of the building where the apartments were. So it was like a key entry, like a magnetic key entry where you can open the door and you would go inside where all of the apartments are. So in order for you to get up to the apartments, you had to buzz in. And plus we had a security system with cameras and everything. You turn it to a certain channel on your television and you can see your car, and you can see downtown in the lobby area where the mailbox and shit like that is. You can see out back where the patio is, where the laundry room is, and all that type of shit. So I noticed, which is weird. Remember I told you I've been talking to this guy for 2 months through text messages. This nigga get out of the car, and I know he's a 60. Well, I'm assuming he's about 60 something. I really never even asked the man his true age. So besides the fact him telling me he was 32, I didn't ask him how old he was in real life, because if he was really 32, that nigga had a hard motherfucking life. So anyway, he gets out of the car, and I notice it is the same motherfucking guy that lives downstairs in the apartment below. I mean, that's not even where the story gets really, really creepy at. The story gets really creepy because remember I told you guys that we have a security system and all this stuff, and you can turn it to a certain channel and you can see people walking on the street and all this type of shit. I noticed that since I realized that it's the guy who lives downstairs in the apartment below me, I noticed that I'm thinking to myself, damn, sometimes when I used to get off work, I would notice that this guy would mysteriously be coming outside to his car or going to the trash can or something like that, starting these weird ass conversations with me, asking me things like, so are you married? How was work? All this type of shit. He even told me one time, he was like, yeah, because he was kind of like the super of the apartment complex where, you know, if something went wrong, he always called a landlord and shit like that. He wasn't the owner or anything like that. And he wasn't like my landlord or anything, but like if anything went wrong, you know, he would call them. He would keep the premises clean and shit like that. And he was one of them types of people. This nigga was always at home watching the motherfucking cameras. Because, like, 2 people's car had got broken into. This man knew exactly who fucking did it. Because he sits there and he watched the cameras 24/7. One time he even told me, he was like, yeah, sometimes I watch out for you when you're going to work. Remember I told you guys that sometimes I went to work 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. So I would get up and I would have to go out to my car, of course, to go to work 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes he would tell me little shit like, yeah, I watch the camera for you sometimes in the morning time when you going out to go to work. So I'm thinking to myself, so this nigga, for 2 months, he knew exactly who I was because I sent him my real pictures. And he sent me some fake ass pictures. So the entire time I knew exactly who he was. I mean, I'm sorry, he knew exactly who I was, but I didn't know who he was. That's the part that made it creepy for me. So for 2 months, this man had my pictures. He knew exactly who I was. And I thought it was really crazy that, you know, after I realized who he was and all this type of shit and how he used to tell me how he used to watch the cameras for me early in the morning. And I always wonder, like, why all of a sudden when I pull up from work, this man is mysteriously coming outside, you know, acting like he's going to his car, acting like he's throwing some shit in the trash just so he can have a conversation with me. Now, mind you, I'm still at the same time, the whole time this man is doing this stuff, I notice this old ass man, you know, coming outside having a conversation with me. But I'm not thinking it's the guy that I'm text messaging, because the guy that's text messaging me has sent me a completely different picture. And remember the time that I told you, the one time that I spoke to this man on the phone, he was kind of disguising his voice, like he was talking like he was trying to sound all sexy and shit. So naturally it didn't pick up, you know, his voice didn't pick up for me, because that's not the sound that I got from the guy that was text messaging me. So that really creeped me the fuck out, knowing that for 2 whole months that I've been talking to this guy, he had my pictures and he knew the whole time that he was texting me, but I didn't know that I was texting him. So naturally I told him, I said, well, you know, when he came up to me, I looked at him kind of weird, and he was like, I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. I mean, real country ass accent, sound like a straight up white boy. Now, I got plenty of white friends, so don't take offense to this, my white subscribers out there. But it was kind of weird. I mean, straight up country boy then. Like, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, he didn't sound anything like anything like the person that I had spoke to on the chat line. Because like I said, I can kind of tell that the person was disguising their fucking voice. So naturally I tell him, I said, well, I didn't feel comfortable with the situation. So naturally I left. I mean, the shit was so weird to me, family, and I was so scared. My fucking heart was beating so fast. And as I'm walking off and I start getting in my car, I noticed he went straight up to the ticket booth. I guess he decided he was going to motherfucking watch the movie then. So he went up to the ticket booth, and I'm assuming he went inside to watch the movie. So, and this is the even more crazy part. Remember how I told you every single day when I would pull up from work, this man would come outside acting like he's going in his car, acting like he's throwing something in the trash. But after this situation happened, this man never came outside when my car pulled up. I mean, this nigga, he fucking avoided me like I was the Black Plague or something. Like I was motherfucking Ebola virus. This nigga avoided me at all fucking costs. I never saw this damn man anymore. As opposed to before I found out who he really was, this nigga was coming outside every day when I would pull up in my damn car. And at first it wasn't really, affecting me, because I just thought, okay, he's just a nosy ass old man. He just trying to be friendly to the residents and shit like that. So it didn't really process for me at that particular time. But after the fact that after I realized who the man really was, and I thought about it, I said, that was some creepy ass shit. This man was literally watching me for 2 whole months. And I'm pretty sure this video is super duper long. That is my catfish story. And long story short, hell, it's already a long ass story. 6 months after that, I moved out of that apartment complex and I moved into another apartment complex, which is the apartment complex, the last apartment complex that I moved out of. Because remember I told you guys that I had the nosy ass racist neighbor that lived next door, and that's when I moved to this apartment right here. But I stayed in that apartment for literally, family, about 6-7 years before this situation happened. And 6 months after that shit happened, I actually moved out because I really didn't feel comfortable living there anymore. Even though he didn't never come outside again when I used to pull up and shit. Like I said, he used to avoid me like I was the Black Plague or whatever. But that was the creepiest shit that ever happened to me as far as being catfish. So, yeah, I just wanted to come and share that story with you guys. Like I said, I was watching my video back this morning. I was like, damn, I want to come and share this catfish story with them because, that was some crazy ass shit now that I think back on it. And that shit was really, really creepy. The fact that this man was watching me for 2 months, knowing exactly who I was, and I never knew who he was. So look, that was about all that shit. That shit about to make me start salivating and tearing up and shit, because that shit scaring me just even thinking about it. So look, what I want you guys to do in the comment section below, share your catfish story with me. Have you ever been catfished? Have you ever catfished anybody? I'm pretty sure some of y'all probably did some more fucked up shit back in your day when you was young and things like that. I have too. But this particular situation was something that really was creepy for me. And like I said, I had been living in that apartment complex for 6 years, and 6 months later, after this shit happened, I moved out because there was some crazy ass shit that had happened, and it was just extra creepy. So yeah, crazy, right? But like I said, thumbs up this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and in the comment section below, share your catfish story with me. Have you ever been catfished? Have you ever catfished anybody? Have you ever used a fake picture? Let me know. Until the next time, family, bye.